Srimati Radharani. So, we will try to understand glories of Srimati Radharani today to commemorate her appearance day. So first we will offer our Pranama Mantra to Srimati Radharani. We also do this in the Mangala Charan. But because today being her appearance day, let us all recite the Pranam Mantra together. Maybe you can repeat after me. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
तप्त कांचन गौरांगी
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी
Vrishabhanusute Devi
वृषभानुसुते
देवी
Pranamami Hari Priye
प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
तप्त
काञ्चन
कांचन
गौराङ्गी
गौरांगी
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
राधे
राधे
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृंदावनेश्वरी
Vrishabhanusute Devi
वृषभानुसुते
वृषभानुसुते
देवी
देवी
Pranamami Hari Priye
प्रणमामि
प्रणमामि
हरिप्रिये
हरिप्रिये
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi
तप्त
काञ्चन
कांचन
गौराङ्गी
गौरांगी
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari
राधे
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
वृंदावनेश्वरी
Vrishabhanusute Devi
वृषभानुसुते देवी
Pranamami Hari Priye.
प्रणमामि
प्रणमामि
हरिप्रिये
हरिप्रिये
Who wants to do this now? One of
I
you
can
can
do it,
do.
Mataji.
Yes, please.
तप्त कांचन गौरांगी
Tapta Kanchana
गौराङ्गी
Gaurangi
राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी
राधे
Radhe
वृन्दावनेश्वरी
Vrindavaneshwari
वृषभानुसुते देवी
Vrishabhanusute
वृषभानुसुते देवी
Devi
प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये
Pranamami
प्रणमामि
Hari
हरिप्रिये
Priye. Please read the translation, Mataji.
O Srimati Radharani, I offer my respects to you, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold. O goddess, you are the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu and are very dear to Lord Krishna.
So we can see here, Radharani has a complexion of molten gold, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Sri Krishna himself who came with the bhav of Radharani. That's why we can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also having the molten gold complexion. And who is she? She is the queen of Vrindavan. If anybody have visited Vrindavan, you will see that the residents over there, they will not say Hare Krishna. What do they say? They say
Radhe,
Radhe
Radhe.
Radhe. They only chant the names of Radhe because she is the queen of Vrindavan. In fact, today, if you see in Vrindavan, the Radhashtami is celebrated much in a higher way than the Janmashtami. And especially places like Barsana, the birthplace of Srimati Radharani, it is very nicely celebrated today. In a very grandeur manner, her appearance day is celebrated. And you are the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and you are very dear to Krishna, Hari Priye. The most important thing is she is the one who is very dear to Krishna. So we can approach Krishna by the mercy of Srimati Radharani. She is a Mahabhagavata. She is the topmost pure devotee of Krishna. So by pleasing Srimati Radharani, we can please Krishna as well. Okay, like Krishna has various energies. Parasya Saktir Vividhaiva Sruyate. The Lord has multitude energy. So, as we see, even a rich person in the today's world, does he have to do each and every work by himself? He may have so many companies, he may have so many businesses going on under one umbrella, in so many places. So, is it important for him to be present in each and every place? For example, Microsoft.
Not really.
So, Bill Gates is he's the CEO of the company. But is he present each and every company of the Microsoft, every office of Microsoft?
No, he has got representatives to take care of that.
He is not present there, but his energy is present
Yeah.
under whatever instruction, whatever the goals of the company which it has been made. So people follow that. So it is the energy. So Krishna's energy is the one which is maintaining the entire universes, whether it is intern spiritual world or material world. So the multitude of Krishna's energy. So the external energy of Krishna is managed by Durga. That's why in Brahma Samhita we say Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharti Durga Ichanurupam Apiyasya Chatesha Tastat Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. But she is also working under the direction given by Govinda. So, but what about the internal energy of the Lord? This Antaranga energy of the Lord is managed by Srimati Radharani. So these are the energies of the Lord, Parashakti and Aparashakti. So Parashakti means the Lord's internal energy, and Aparashakti means the Lord's external energy. So everything that we see in the world is the manifestation of the Lord's energy. We cannot say a single thing in the world where you cannot see the Lord. If you're seeing anything in the world devoid of Krishna, devoid of the God, that means we are in Maya, because there's nothing that we can separate. Krishna says that Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. I am present in each and every particular atom. Every atom, Krishna is present. Okay. So, Radha is Krishna's pleasure potency. So we see the supremacy of Krishna. Arjuna is saying, Parabrahma, Parandhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shashwatam, Divyam, Adidevam, Ajam Vibhum. We recite this sloka before we do Bhagavad Gita in every class. Who is Lord Sri Krishna? Parabrahma. Parabrahma means what? He is the supreme Brahman. Every jiva is a Brahman because we are all the spirit soul. But who is the Parabrahman? Is Lord Sri Krishna. So, in such an exalted position in which Krishna is there, whom can he enjoy? Can he enjoy with anything that is material?
No,
What kind
cannot.
of enjoyment that shall be? If Krishna wants to enjoy, that should be a topmost enjoyment. That cannot be a very lower enjoyment. For example, if a rich person, if he is going for dining out, what kind of restaurants he will go? He will go to one of the best restaurants in the city, right? Will he go to a roadside or a street side restaurant?
No.
He will not go. Similarly, when Krishna is in the topmost position, what kind of enjoyment that shall be? Therefore, Krishna himself manifested his own pleasure potential, Aladini Shakti, and that is Srimati Radharani. And Radharani is also the pleasure potency of Krishna is Radharani, because nobody can give enjoyment to Krishna. Therefore, his own pleasure potency came in the form of Srimati Radharani. And the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna is not ordinary. It is not like material loving affairs. Many people, they misunderstand the position of Radha and Krishna. They think that Radha and Krishna are like boyfriend and girlfriend. No, their position is much different from whatever we see in a mundane relationship. So it is not a very ordinary position because it is directly the internal potency of Lord Sri Krishna himself. So, but when it is very rare to even understand Krishna, what about understanding Radharani, who is his internal affair? So, if you want to know about the Prime Minister's internal affairs, without knowing the Prime Minister, will you know about his internal affairs, about his family, about his wife, about his children? without knowing who is the Prime Minister? Can we know about his internal affairs?
No,
Is
that's
it
not
possible?
possible.
It is not possible. So therefore, we can understand in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said that Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kashin Yatati Siddhaye Yatatam api Siddhanam Kashin Mam Veti Tatvata. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who achieve perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. So it is not very easy to understand Krishna. Only 1 in 1,000 will try to understand Krishna. And even among that 1,000 people who have understand, only one can understand Krishna to the perfection. We can see that even when we are trying to talk about Krishna, when we are trying to talk about Bhagavad Gita, when we are trying to tell people about the real goal of life, how many people are interested to hear all those things? Are there many people who are interested?
Very few, very few.
Very few people are interested. Like, for example, even in our Mahindra society, we are like 500 residents who are living, and we have regular Saturday program that is happening here. But hardly we see some 20-25 people coming up every week. And similarly, we see in many societies, in many places, there are so many programs happening, but hardly very few people take interest to know about their real self. They try to understand who am I, what is the purpose of my existence, who is God, what relationship I have with the God. Why am I suffering in this world? Why am I subjected to repeated birth, death, old age, and disease? Apart from that, why am I suffering from threefold miseries? Sometimes I am suffering because of my own mind, sometimes because of other living entity, sometimes it is because of the natural disasters. So I am suffering, but I am an eternal soul. Nobody wants to die. Anybody in this world you can see that they say that I want to die? No, no, everybody wants to live because that is the eternal nature of the soul. But our body is temporary. So therefore, one has to understand Bhagavad Gita so that one can understand the goal of the life. And to when we know that to understand Krishna is very difficult, and Radharani being an internal potency, how easy for us to understand Radharani? It is very difficult. So Radharani is the pleasure potency of Krishna, and this is a particular sloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is the biography of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is none other than Lord Krishna himself, who came with the bhav of Radharani. Because Krishna himself could not understand what is there in him that Radharani is so much in love with him. So, to understand about himself, to understand what is there in him, therefore, Krishna took the bhav of Radharani and appeared as Krishna Chaitanya. And it is because of Krishna Chaitanya we are able to understand a little bit about Srimati Radharani. And it is Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who has given us the Goloka, the picture of Goloka. Because until then, people only could know, devotees could not understand Radha and Krishna was a very, very difficult topic for people to understand, or people were totally unaware of that. The devotees were totally unaware of that. At the most, they only know Lakshmi Narayan. They know the Vaikunta. But Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauradvishe Namaha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his costless mercy, Namo Mahavadanyaya, he is such a, with the Mahabhava, he has given us the Krishna Chaitanya. He has given us the Krishna Prem, which is the topmost devotional service. So this is one of the sloka which is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. We will read it. राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकतिर् अलादिनी शक्तिरस्मात् एकात्मानमपि भुवि पुरा देहभेदं गतातौ चैतन्याक्तं पराक्तम् अदुह तद्वयं चैक्तम् आप्तिन् राधा भावद्युति सुबलितं नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम्. The loving affairs of Sri Krishna Sri Radharani and Krishna are transcendental manifestation of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. So, who is Radharani? She is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity previously, they separated themselves. Now, these two transcendental identities after separation. Why? Suppose we want to enjoy. Can we enjoy by ourselves? If you want to celebrate your birthday, or if you're having a particular celebration, you're having a housewarming ceremony, or you're having some birthday celebration, or you're having a marriage ceremony in your home, what do you do? Do you do it yourself or do you invite many people? We do invite many people. So if Krishna wants to enjoy, therefore, who came out of Krishna? Radharani. His pleasure potency came out of Krishna's Radharani. And when Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Radha and Krishna who got separated, they again became united. So Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Sri Krishna in the bow of Radharani. So I bow down to him who manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. So, by the mercy of Gaurachandra, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can understand little bit about Radharani and the loving affairs of Radharani and Krishna. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very reserved while talking about the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. He only discussed such topics with his most confidential disciples. He did not discuss about the topics of Radharani in a very public talks or anything. He was only talking to the most confidential devotee because such topics are very highly confidential because one should be in a proper mood to understand the position of Srimati Radharani. Okay. So while we are talking about devotion, so Radharani, she represents the pure devotional service. So let us try to understand what is pure devotional service from Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, where the particular topic is about the pure devotional service, text 23. जीवान चावो भागवतांग्रि रेणुम न जातो मत्यो बिल्बैत यातो श्री विष्णु पद्य मनुजस्तुल्यश स्वसान चावो यस्तु न वेद गंतम. The person who has not at any time received the dust of the feet of the Lord's pure devotee upon his head is certainly a dead body. And the person who has never experienced the aroma of the tulsi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord is also a dead body, although breathing. So, if we are just leading our life without engaging ourselves in the service of Krishna and his pure devotees, then what does Bhagavatam compare that to? Who are we?
Dead body.
Although we are living, we are
Dead body.
a dead body because this body is anyway dead. What is making this body alive? It is only the spirit soul. And what is the position of the spirit soul? What does Krishna says? Mamaivamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. We are all his part and parcels. The spirit soul is a part and parcel of Krishna himself. Manashishtani indriyani. But because of our uncontrolled senses and mind, we are suffering. So, that particular person who is not trying to serve the pure devotee, so they are considered to be the dead body. So, the human life without devotional service to Krishna and his pure devotee is considered to be meaningless and useless. That means what? We are compared something like a ghost. Even in the human, among the human beings, are we seeing that some people they behave as though they are haunted by the ghost? They have so much of material desires that they want this, they want that. Are we not seeing that people are haunted with like so much of desire? Like how the like that, so without serving them we are compared to a dead body. So what is the method of obtaining the pure devotional service? There is a common saying that one should first love the dog of the beloved before one shows any loving sentiments for the beloved. I think most of us have heard that, right? If you want to win the heart of the person, then first you love his dog. When you love the dog of the person, then automatically you win the heart of the person. The stage of pure devotion is obtained by sincerely serving a pure devotee of the Lord. How do we obtain this stage? To win the heart of Krishna, what should we do? We should serve the pure
Radharani.
devotees of the Lord. The first condition of devotional service to the Lord is therefore to be the servant of the pure devotee, and this condition is fulfilled by the statement reception of the dust of the lotus feet of the pure devotee who has also served another pure devotee. That is a way of pure disciplinic succession or devotional parampara. One should not try to serve Krishna directly because he is in a very exalted position, whereas one should try to serve the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. By doing so, one can win the heart of the Krishna. So, this is about the pure devotional service. Gopi Bhatta Padakamalayur Dhasa Dhasanu Dasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said that the gopis, they are the topmost devotees. Gopi Bhatta Padakamalayur. And what kind of mood they were serving? Dasa Dhasanu Dasa, as a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. So that should be our mood while performing the devotional service. In the material world, we all consider ourselves to be the masters, whereas our real position is we are all the servants of the Supreme Lord, and one should approach him with that particular mentality. So, how can one obtain the Paramahamsa state? So, this is also another sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, where this is an interaction between Bharata, King Bharata, and Bharata was a king, but later on, I think I said about the pastime of Bharata, he left everything and he went to the forest to do tapasya. Meanwhile, he saw a pregnant deer who was running because a tiger was chasing, and due to that, she miscarried the baby, and she passed away. And Bharat Maharaj, who was now following severe austerities, living in the forest, he saw the small deer, the baby deer, and he was taking care of the deer, thinking that there is nobody to take care of the small deer. And then he was developing so much of attachment that at the end of the life, he became little negligent about his devotional service. Whatever he was doing, slowly, he became negligent. And one day, he did not see the deer coming back home. He went in search of the deer, and that mentality, he left his body. That's what Krishna says. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajante kalevaram. With whatever the state of mind one leaves the body, that particular body one attains for sure. So with that mentality, he became a deer. Although he was in a deer body, because of the devotional service Bharat Maharaj performed, he could remember his pastime, and he lived for few years, and he was living near the hermitage of the sage. And later on, he left his body of the deer, and third time he appeared as Jada Bharata. So in this particular lifetime, he was leading a very cautious life because he did not wanted to make the same mistakes which he made in his previous life. So he was acting like a Jada Bharata. His behavior and everything was in a material platform. It looked very disgusting because he did not want to get hold of the Maya, and he was in the pure Paramahamsa state. And one day, while King Raghugana, while he was being carried in his pallak, that time what happened is there was one person short and they saw Bharata and they asked him to, give hand. But Jada Bharata here now in the form, because he is called Jada Bharata because he is acting that way, and he was not moving the thing easily. He was just going every time, he was stopping every second, every minute, because he didn't want to step on ants or anything. And King Raghugana got very angry at Jadabharata, and Jadabharata was trying to enlighten Raghugana about the purpose of their life. So this is one such sloka. O King Raghugana, the perfectional stage of devotional service or the Paramahamsa stage of life cannot be attained unless one is blessed by the dust of the feet of the great devotees. It is never attained by tapasya, the Vedic worshipping process, accepting of the renounced order of life, the discharge of the duties of the household life. So, who can attain the Paramahamsa stage? By our own endeavors? Tapasya is our own endeavors. Renouncing all these things are our own endeavors, and discharging proper duties of the household life is also our own endeavors. But by doing these things, can we attain the Paramahamsa stage? How do we attain the Paramahamsa stage? By serving a pure devotee. That is the only way in which we can attain the Paramahamsa stage. So, Lord Sri Krishna is the property of his pure conditional devotees, and as such, only the devotees, pure unconditional devotees, and as such, only the devotees can deliver Krishna to another devotee. So, to approach Krishna, how do we approach Krishna? Through his servant, not directly. Krishna is never obtainable directly. Lord Chaitanya therefore designated himself as Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalayor Dhasa Dhasanu Dasa. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, or the most obedient servant of the servants of the Lord who maintain the Gopi damsels at Vrindavan. A pure devotee, therefore, never approaches the Lord directly, but tries to please the servant of the Lord's servants, and thus the Lord becomes pleased. And only then can the devotee relish the taste of the tulsi leaf stuck at his lotus feet. So, Srimati Radharani is a tender-hearted feminine counterpart of the Supreme Whole, resembling the perfectional stage of the worldly feminine nature. Therefore, the mercy of Radharani is available very readily to the sincere devotees. And once she recommends such a devotee to Lord Krishna, and the Lord at once accepts the devotee's admittance into his association. The conclusion is therefore that one should be more serious about seeking the mercy of the devotee than that of the Lord directly. And by doing so, by the goodwill of the devotee, the natural attraction for the service of the Lord will be revived. So, Srimati Radharani, being a topmost devotee of Lord Sri Krishna, by taking the shelter of Srimati Radharani, we can take admittance in the Krishna's Dham. If Radharani recommends somebody to Krishna saying that this particular devotee is a very nice devotee, Krishna is not going to cross check. He will immediately allow such entrance of such devotees, right? So, in Bhagavad Gita also, there is an indirect mention of Srimati Radharani. It's not directly mentioned. Daivim Prakriti Mashtrita. So, the Lord's internal energy is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, that how a pure devotee take the shelter of the divine energy of the Lord. Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashtrita Bhajant Ananya Manaso Nyatva Bhutadim Avyayam. Those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. So, whose shelter the great soul takes? Mahatma means what? The great souls. Whose shelter they take? They take the shelter of the Lord's divine energy. Although the Radharani's name is not mentioned, but who is the divine energy of the Lord? Is Srimati
Radharani.
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 The souls or not under the material energy. And such souls, the Mahatmas, they are not under the material energy. They are under the divine energy, the spiritual energy, and they achieve the shelter of the spiritual energy by taking the shelter of a pure devotee. So, Bhagavad Gita also tells us the way to achieve Krishna, the way to go back home, back to Godhead, is by taking the shelter of the Lord's divine energy, is the Srimati Radharani, and all the way through the parampara, through the Guru, one can easily get the entrance to the spiritual world. And what should we do? To go back to the spiritual world, what should we do? We should surrender to Krishna. There's another sloka in Bhagavad Gita which says, Daivihesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mame eva prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. The divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature. Daivihesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. Why are we finding difficult to come out of Maya? Because whose energy Maya is? Maya is also Krishna's energy.
Yes, energy.
Therefore, we are finding very difficult to come out of Maya. Many times when we are reading the Shastras, when we are chanting and when we are in the class, at that time we are more inspired to do devotional service when we are in the association of devotees. But when we are on our own, when we are with our materialistic friends or family, what happens to us? Are we also not getting into Maya? We just think, okay, I don't watch movie, I know that, but today it's just a family get together. So just one movie I will watch. From tomorrow onwards, I will not watch. Right? Today, one day, I know I'm missing my rounds, but it's okay. I have so many commitments. I have guests. I have this. I have that. So let me try to entertain them. Let me try to spend time with them. Tomorrow, I will try to compensate. Right? Is that not coming in our mind sometimes or many times? Right? So this is because it is a divine energy of the Lord. Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya. Krishna says, Mama Maya. Maya is also my energy. She is very difficult to overcome. But in the next line, he is giving the easiest way. What is that way? But those who have surrendered unto me, Mame Yeva Prapadyante, Mayam Etam Tarantite. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So we must take the shelter of Krishna and move from the control of the material energy to the protection of the spiritual energy, Srimati Radharani. But we cannot do that directly. We can do it by taking shelter of someone who has taken the shelter of someone who has taken the shelter of Krishna. It is very difficult for us to directly surrender to Krishna, but we can surrender to the pure devotees of Krishna. When you mean surrender to the pure devotees of Krishna, what does that mean? Surrendering to the Guru, right? Who is the representative of Krishna? In this material world where we are living, it is the spiritual master. So by following the instruction of spiritual master and by surrendering to the instruction of the spiritual master and by taking the shelter of spiritual master, so all the way through Radharani being the topmost devotee through the parampara to the spiritual master, because it is dasa dhasanu dasa, only by doing so we can achieve, we can overcome Maya. Otherwise, Maya is going to be very difficult. So, to surrender to Krishna, we need to surrender to his devotees of Krishna, which is more accessible. When you have somebody who is looking at you, who is showing you as a role model, with whom you can ask questions, with whom you can clear your doubts, with whom you can inquire, how easy it is, right? Krishna has given various instruction in Bhagavad Gita. In the end, he said, Sarvadharman parityacha mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masuja. So even though Krishna has clearly said that if you are surrendering to me, I will take out all your sinful activities and I will give you liberation. But still, the people, we are not able to understand how to surrender to Krishna. Therefore, Krishna came himself in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show us how to perform this devotional service. So, like hands-on experience, the teacher may give a theory in the class, like when you mix these two components, then we get this component. Or when you do this and that, this would be the outcome. But she will also take the students sometimes at least once a week or once in 2 weeks to the laboratory to show how it actually happens. Right? So similarly, Krishna has given his instruction to us through Bhagavad Gita, but to show practically how do we follow such instruction, he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is an external reason. But what is the internal reason for him to come as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Because he wants to experience the love of Radharani. He came in the bow of Radharani because he needs to understand how she is getting more enjoyment than myself. What is there in me that Radharani is so much in love with me? So to understand his own position and to understand the position of Radharani, Krishna himself have to take the bhav of Radharani and appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So, what is the success in present age? So, in the present age, how can we achieve the success in devotional service? By chanting the holy names. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalau, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Gatir Anyata. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way than by chanting the holy names of Krishna. So, if we want to achieve perfection in the today's world, if we want to achieve Krishna Prem, the only way is by chanting the holy names of Krishna. So, when you are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Who is Hare? Who is Hare? Hare represents whom?
Lord Vishnu.
Hare is Radharani himself. Yes. So in this age of Kali, there is no other means, no other means, no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy names of Lord Hari. By chanting the holy names without offenses, all the dirty things in the heart becomes cleansed. Even if we have little rebellious spirit, why should I surrender? By chanting, which is both easy and enjoyable, all these dirty things, these misconceptions and false identifications are cleansed. And naturally, we come to a real position as the eternal servant of the Krishna. Surrendering is not very easy, right? Is it so easy to surrender? We are all the rebellious jivas. We all rebelled. That's why we are there in the material world. So we may still have those rebellious nature. But by chanting, what does the chanting does? Cheto, Darpana, Marjanam. It cleanses the mirror of our consciousness. All the dirty things within our heart will be eradicated, right? So by chanting the holy names without offense, all the dirty things in the heart becomes cleansed. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So this is ultimately Radharani's mercy. It is her mercy. We can see that how did Srila Prabhupada has established Krishna conscious movement? Whose mercy did he receive? It is by the mercy of Srimati Radharani that he could go to America and he could give Krishna consciousness. So in a poem, Srila Prabhupada on board of the cargo ship, he wrote, Krishna thabe punya habe bhai, e punya koribe jabe Radha Rani kushi khabe, durva ati bole tomaitar. O brothers, you will obtain your good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you. So to win the heart of Krishna, whose heart we should win first? The heart of Radharani. So first we must please Radharani, and how? By following the orders of spiritual master. Yes, there is a way, no, when we say we please Radharani. How do we do that? By following the orders of spiritual master, serving the mission of spiritual master, we have everything, every opportunities, right? Today we have many temples, we have beautiful deities, we have books, we have Bhagavad Gita, we have Bhagavatam, we have Chaitanya Charitamrita, we have Bhakti Rasamrita Sundar. There are so many compositions, so there is so much of knowledge that is given to us through the books. And so we have the holy name, we have the association of the devotees, and we have everything. So all what we should do is take the advantage of the books, advantage of the instruction of spiritual master, advantage of the association, advantage of the temple, and therefore we can slowly progress in our devotional life, and we can go back home, back to Godhead. So when chanting the name of Krishna, Radharani is pleased. When you chant Krishna's name, Radharani is pleased. And by chanting the names of Radharani, Krishna is pleased. So therefore, we chant both of their names together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So, as we said, it's very difficult to understand the position of Radharani, but by understanding the instruction given by spiritual master and by understanding the scriptures given by the acharyas, one can surrender to Radharani, and by surrendering to Radharani, we can surrender to Krishna. Any questions on this particular topic that we discussed? Everything, is it okay?
Yes, Madam.
Okay, so we will do one of the nice prayers for Radharani. I will do that. Let us do that prayers before we do the class. And if time permits, we'll just do one kirtan of Srimati Radharani. Okay, please repeat after me. Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram
भजामि राधम् अरविन्दनेत्रम्
Smarami Radham Madhura Smitasyam
स्मरामि राधम् मधुरस्मितास्यम्
Vadami Radham Karunabrataram
वदामि राधम् करुणाभराद्रम्
ततो ममन्यस्ति गतिर्न कापि
ततो ममन्यस्ति गतिर्न कापि
भजामि राधम् अरविन्दनेत्रम्
भजामि राधम् अरविन्दनेत्रम्
स्मरामि राधम् मधुरस्मितस्यम्
स्मरामि राधम् मधुरस्य स्मितस्यम्
वदामि राधम् करुणाभ्रतारम्
वदामि राधम् करुणाभराद्रम्
ततो ममन्यस्ति गतिर्न कापि
ततो ममन्यस्ति गतिर्न कापि
Anybody wants to do this? Seema Mataji, would you like to do? Any devotee would like to recite this?
I can do Mataji if
Yeah,
nobody
please.
else.
Yeah, please.
Okay. भजामि राधम् अरविन्दनेत्रम्
भजामि राधम् अरविन्दनेत्रम्
स्मरामि राधम् मधुरस्मितस्यम्
स्मरामि राधम् मधुरस्मितस्यम्
वदामि राधम् करुणाभराद्रम्
वदामि राधम् करुणाभ्रतार्त्रम्
ततो मनस्यास्ति गतिर्न कापि
ततो ममन्यस्ति गतिर्न कापि. So I worship Radha who has lotus eyes. Aravinda Netram. Aravinda means what? The lotus.
Lotus.
Smarami Radham. I remember Radha Madhura Smitasyam. She always has a very sweet smile. Whenever you're visiting a temple of Radha and Krishna, when you see Radha Rani, she always has a very sweet smile. Madhura Smitasyam. So we can remember the sweet smile of Srimati Radharani. Vadhami Radham Karuna Bratratram. I speak to Radharani who is melted with compassion. So Radharani is very compassionate. Even if the child wants something to be done, whom does the child approach? The child approaches the mother first or the father first? Mostly the mother, right? Because the mothers are generally little more softer, right? So the child goes, so as a child goes to the mother, so we also to approach Krishna, we go through Radharani because she is very, very compassionate. So even if we do some small mistakes here and there, like how the mother excuses, so by taking the shelter of Radharani, she may also excuse us with our small mistakes that we do, and she will recommend us to Krishna. Tato mamanyasti gatirna kapi. There's nothing else for me. She is my life and soul. So very beautiful prayers that we can include in our daily prayers. Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, he has composed these prayers, beautiful prayers of Srimati Radharani. So we can include this prayer in our day-to-day life. As soon as we wake up, we can recite these prayers, because when we wake up in the morning immediately, what do we do first? What are you doing first? Immediately when you open your eyes, before you get down your bed, what do you do?
We should be grateful to Krishna that you got one more day.
Yeah, grateful to Krishna. Do you chant Hare Krishna, or do you do anything, or you just wake up and come down and get to your daily routines?
Maybe just remember Krishna.
Yeah, so we should also remember Krishna, and we should also be grateful to the devotees of Krishna who has helped us to get Krishna consciousness. That is also very important. We should be having the gratitude to the people who has helped us to come in this path of Krishna consciousness, to the Guru, to the spiritual master, to Srila Prabhupada, to Srimati Radharani, and then to Krishna. So Krishna is nice. We should be grateful, but we approach Krishna not directly, but we approach Krishna through the medium.
Devotees.
So we should always try to be grateful for whomsoever has given us the Krishna consciousness, because the heart that has gratitude, Krishna is very, very happy with such particular devotee. So, and this is also Srimati Radharani, being the Mahabhagavata, the topmost devotee of Krishna, the pleasure potency of Krishna, and who Krishna himself is attracted to her. So we can recite these prayers. Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram, Smarami Radham Madhurasmitasyam, Badhami Radham Karunabhratratam, Tato Mamanyasti Gatirna Kapi. So if we are reciting every day, within a few days we will be able to memorize this sloka. And the most easiest way to memorize the sloka is, don't try to memorize all the 4 lines at one go. Like for example, today you can only try to memorize the first line, Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram. Keep on repeating that until that gets into your memory. Once that line gets into memory, then you try to memorize the next line, Smarami Radha Madhura Smitasyam. So by doing so, the sloka memorization will become very easy. So take it small, take one line at a go, and then even if possible, you can write the sloka and keep in a small paper or something, so that every time when you're cooking or when you're doing some course, you can refer back, and by meditating on that particular sloka, we can easily memorize. So what is the advantage of memorizing the sloka? When we have it in memory, we can recite it anytime. Otherwise, we will not have the books with us anytime. We will not have this, we will not have that. So when you have slokas, when we have bhajans, then we can always recite them.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just doing
this
one.
PowerPoint, Mataji, can you just post it
Yes,
in
yes,
the group?
yes, I will do that. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
I followed the footsteps of what the acharyas are telling, that, to understand Radha, first we have to understand Bhagavad Gita, first we have to go through that. So that is the reason that these are some of the extracts I have taken from the talks of Srila Prabhupada and from the talks of some of his disciples, my Guru Maharaj and his disciples. So that is what I presented to all of you. Okay.
Okay.
Because one should not try to understand God by our own mental speculation. We should always try to understand it through the parampara. Okay, so this is a very beautiful bhajan of Srimati Radharani. So let us recite this bhajan. This is also written by Rupa Goswami. The previous verse was also written by Rupa Goswami, and this particular composition is also by Rupa Goswami. So let us do this bhajan. But before that, I first want to one of you to read the translation before we recite the bhajan.
Yeah, the entire translation, Mataji.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. O Radha, O beloved of Madhava, O you are worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula. All glories unto you, all glories unto you. You who dress yourself in such a way as to increase Lord Damodara's love and attachment for you, O Queen of Vrindavan, which is the pleasure grove of Lord Hari. O new moon that has arisen from the ocean of King
Vrishabhanu.
Vrishabhanu. O friend of Lalita, you who make Vishakha loyal to you due to your wonderful qualities of friendliness, kindness, and faithfulness to Krishna. O you are filled with compassion. O you whose divine characteristics are described by the great sages Shanaka and Sanatana. O Radha, please be merciful to me.
Yeah, very beautiful bhajan this is. So she is worshipped by all the young girls of Gokula. How do they worship? Through the medium of Radharani, right? The gopis, through the medium of Radharani, they worship Krishna. And even for us, whenever we are dressing up, how can we dress up? We can dress up in such a way thinking that we are dressing for the pleasure of the Lord, not for our own pleasure. So, by doing each and every activity in our day to day life, dovetailing in the service of Krishna, we can remain Krishna consciousness throughout the day. One may not be able to chant 24 hours a day, one may not be able to read, one may not be able to think, but one can always remember Krishna. Is there any hindrance for us to remember Krishna? If at all we are forgetting Krishna because of our course, is it because of our work or is it because of our own inability to remember him? It is our own inability, right?
Inability, yeah.
So when we saw Prahlad Maharaj, he was put into the greatest danger, and every danger he was rescued. None of the thing can cause him trouble. Why was that? Because Prahlad Maharaj was always thinking about Krishna. He
Vishnu.
never forgot Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Each and every second he had an unflinched faith on Krishna, that
Krishna.
Krishna will give me protection. Like how the child has an unflinched faith with the mother, that the mother will give protection. As the child grows up, what happens? The child gets the independence streak and the child leaves the shelter of the parents. And then we see we are also getting into many other trouble and everything, correct? So similarly, we the Jivas, we were all with Krishna. We were all serving Krishna. But because of our enjoyment propensity, why can't we be the enjoyers rather than the servant? Therefore, we are all put into the material world. But our eternal relation with Krishna is always there. We all, the soul is packed with the Swarupa. So Krishna consciousness, what does Krishna consciousness is helps us to revive our relation with Krishna. Okay, so she is the daughter of King Vrishabhanu, and she has her principal 8 gopis are there along with Radharani, who are always serving Krishna in different ways. And she is filled with compassion, and this is said by the great sages. So, and we are praying for what? For the mercy of Srimati Radharani. We should pray for her mercy. Okay, now we will do the bhajan. You can repeat after me. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Dayite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite राधे जय जय माधवदयिते गोकुलतरुणी मण्डलमहिते दामोदररति वर्धनवेशे. Do you like to repeat? I mean, all of you are
Yes, ma'am.
muted, so I'm not knowing if devotees can unmute and repeat if possible.
Yeah.
Damodararati Vardhanaveshe
दामोदररति वर्धनवेशे
Harinishkuta Vrindavipineshe
हरिनिष्कुटवृन्दाविपिनेशे
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhavadayite
राधे जय जय माधवदयिते
वृषभानूदति नवशशिलेके
वृषभानुददे नवशशिलेखे
ललिता सखी गुण रमितविशाखे
ललितसखी गुणरमितविशाखे
राधे जय जय माधवदयिते
राधे जय जय माधवदयिते
करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरीते
करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरीते
सनक सनातन वर्णितचरिते
सनकसनातन वर्णितचरिते
राधे जय जय माधवदयिते
राधे जय जय माधवदयिते
Hare Krishna, or you can all sing with me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a very beautiful bhajan glorifying Radharani, and it is also a prayer bhajan where we are glorifying Srimati Radharani, and also we are asking for her mercy, because her mercy is very important for us to advance in Krishna consciousness. Now we will conclude with our Narsimha prayers. नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लादलाददायिने हिरण्यकाशीपूर्वशका शीलटङ्कानकालाये पितो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा भगे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरेणकाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गा दलितहिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव
Gurave.
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय। भक्ति शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
Jai.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
जय। And all glories to Srimati Radharani. So let us offer our obeisances to Srimati Radharani, and let us all ask, let us all plead for her mercy for us to advance in our devotional life. And today you can all fast till 1 o'clock, and there are particular dishes which Radharani likes. She likes dishes made up of arbi. So if you can make any particular boga with arbi, it can be a sabzi or it can be a pulao, whatever the way you want to make arbi, you can offer that to her. And she also likes bopla, so you can make even bopla puris like that. And she likes malpua. So these are the some of the prominent dishes which Srimati Radharani loves. So as we know that through Krishna consciousness, we think that the God is very personal. So when you have some guests coming to your home, what do you cook? What you like or what the guests like?
What they like.
What they like, right? So similarly, on the appearance day of Radharani, let us try to cook something which Radharani will relish, and we will offer it to her, and we will take it as a prasadam, and we can chant extra rounds today, and we can engage ourselves in as much reading as possible, as much Shravanam as possible. So on the festival days are all the mother of devotion. So on such particular day, the mercy is overflowing. Every day the mercy is flowing, but on a first festival day, the mercy is overflowing from Radha and Krishna. So let us try to take the shelter of Radha and Krishna. If possible, try to take darshan of Vrindavan also. Today is Kon Vrindavan. Very beautifully they would have decorated Radha, Rani and Krishna today. In every temples of Vrindavan will be so beautifully decorated. So we can take some online darshan. Okay, and we can talk about Krishna consciousness to someone. And it is also a day where Radhashtami day, where Sukadeva Goswami will recite Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. So he'll start today and he will end on the day of Bhadra Purnima. So the coming Sunday, 7th of September, is the Bhadra Purnima, the Advent day of Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is also a very auspicious day. On the day of Bhadra Purnima, one can invite Srimad Bhagavatam if you're not having it, or you can give Srimad Bhagavatam to your loved ones. By doing so, Krishna is assuring us the entrance to Goloka. So all the beautiful days are coming up now. This is a days filled with the festivities and everything. So let us remain inspired in Krishna consciousness and serve Radha and Krishna and spiritual master to the best of our ability. Okay. Can we end the class? Any questions or any realizations? Everything is clear?
Yeah, yes, but just the last statement that you mentioned, that is Radha Ashtami beginning,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Bhadra Purnima day, that is like the 7 days.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is the time that Parikshit Maharaj got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yes, Mataji.
All
Yeah.
are connected.
Yeah, everything is connected, Mataji. So Radharani, she's very merciful and she's very compassionate. So we need to take shelter of the pure devotees of the Lord. Otherwise, by our own endeavors, it's very difficult to obtain Krishna. Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Ma Prapadyate. After many, many, many lifetimes, with knowledge, if you want to obtain Krishna, it is going to be very, very long. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudeva is everything. Sa Mahatmasu Durlabha. Krishna says that such a soul is very rare. However, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are given Krishna consciousness very easily. Every town and village, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is being heard. Everywhere the books are distributed. Everybody is today getting an opportunity to hear Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is because of the mercy of Chaitanya, Namo Mahavadanyaya. And Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya, is in the bow of Radharani. That's why he is more merciful than Krishna himself, right? So therefore we can take the shelter of Gaurahari. Radharani, and then Krishna comes in the end. Okay, Mataji. Sneha Mataji, is it okay?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Okay, were you able to follow, Mataji?